It's my opinion that no player in the history of football has a better top 5 goals than Cristiano Ronaldo. Well, in this series, we're going to put that to the test. We are going to compare one of Manchester United's most talented ever players against one of Liverpool's most talented ever players. It's Cristiano Ronaldo versus Luis Suarez. Welcome along to Never United. I'm Alex. Thanks for joining me. If you are a first-time listener or viewer of this podcast, then please make sure to subscribe. You'll see loads of great things coming up. It's not normally just me. You'll see a Liverpool fan beside me, maybe a couple of United fans as well, and plenty more. If you've listened to this and watched this before, then you'll know this is a Liverpool and Manchester United podcast. Well, in this video, I'm going to try and do both sides of the debate. It is Manchester United's greatest ever player, in my opinion, Cristiano Ronaldo, versus one of Liverpool's best ever players, Luis Suarez. And we're going to be comparing their top 5 best ever goals. This was quite hard to narrow down. I've got my shortlist. Now, obviously, you can tell me if you disagree with some of these. But let's start with Cristiano Ronaldo. So this is Cristiano Ronaldo's top 5 ever goals. We're going to start off with number 5. This is one of the goals that I think is so unique to Cristiano Ronaldo. It's his bicycle kick, but the bicycle kick he scored for Al Nassr, and this is against Al Khalij. He scored this at 40 years old. Not just a great goal, it's an unbelievable achievement to be scoring a goal of this nature at this age. Gets up for it. Bicycle kick. I know maybe the keeper could do better, but to be up there, that athleticism, to be still scoring a goal like that at the age of 40, I have never seen anything like it in my life, and I don't think we're going to see it again for a very long time. I had to put that at number 5 because, yes, it's another bicycle kick, maybe not as good as the other one, but to be doing it in the context that he's doing it is outrageous. I've gone for my number 4 is his header against Sampdoria. I think it would be criminal not to include one of Cristiano's best ever traits, which was his heading ability. There is no player in the history of football that has a better ability in the air than Cristiano Ronaldo. He has scored an unbelievable amount of goals, but so many from his left, right, and his head. The most complete footballer maybe that we've ever seen. This goal, give you some context to this. He rose a total of 2.56 metres to meet this header and nod it home. This is an unbelievable athletic achievement. He is also in the air for a total of 1.5 seconds. If you don't think that that is an achievement, imagine yourself jumping and staying in the air for this long. Jump. Land. That you're borderline flying, and it's an unbelievable header. It's one of the best that you'll see, but not just that. Again, we have to take into account the age of this man. He is still this athletic at this age. It's an unbelievable header, an unbelievable goal, and I think deserves its place in its top 5 here. So I've got a little bit of a diverse range of goals in this top 5, I'm noticing. Number 3 for me is his free kick against Portsmouth. I think this was a big change in the way a lot of people took free kicks. It inspired a generation of footballers to maybe try something different, and particularly shooting from range, where typically you'd see a lot of players cross the ball rather than shoot. He's rifled this in to the top corner. The most iconic look of David James just asking the gods, what could he have done to stop that? The answer, David, is nothing. You cannot stop that strike. It is pinpoint accurate in the stanch, top right-hand corner, and the swaz, the movement on the ball it's so unique. And Ronaldo, obviously, maybe not the first to coin this technique, but definitely one of the most prominent. He scored a number of these types of goals, maybe not into the top corner, but into the bottom corner, just making it unsavable for goalkeepers. You could put David James 5 feet to the right and he still doesn't save that. It is hit with so much power. It's an outrageous strike. And yeah, I think probably his best free kick, and maybe the best free kick we've ever seen in the Premier League as well. This is the nitty gritty. 2, the second best goal I think Cristiano Ronaldo has scored is the goal against Juventus. This overhead kick is one of the best overhead kicks that we've ever seen. But just take into context the situation. We're in a massive Champions League tie. Juventus away, and the way the crowd reacted to this was just spine tingling. You've got to think, this is an away crowd. Cristiano Ronaldo is not at home. He's going to Turin and scoring a goal like that in front of those fans who can't do anything other than stand up and applaud it. This is an opposition player scoring a goal against your team and he's getting applauded. It was sublime. And I think it's probably close to number one. I couldn't give it the number one spot. I had to give it to my favourite ever goal. I think Ronaldo's best ever goal, and I think it's clear, is the goal against Porto for Manchester United. This is 6 minutes into a game. He has the audacity not just to try and shoot, but to pull it off. He looks, and it's like you have 3 other passes that you could make. You could possibly pass backwards. And in this day and age, in 2026, I think he does pass backwards because this is the way the game's gone. He decides 6 minutes into a Champions League tie, I'm going to have a go here. And it's 39.6 yards out. He rifles it into the top corner. Normally, when a goal goes in from distance, you expect the goalkeeper to do something about it. The goalkeeper can do nothing. It is arrowed. And I just think audacity, number one, and just technical ability to pull that off has to make this Ronaldo's best ever goal. That is some catalogue. I mean, obviously, let me know what you think. If you think there's goals that I've missed there, he has so many. He has nearly 1,000, but I think that's a fair summary of his 5 best. We're going to move on to Suarez, and once I've done the Suarez goals, we're going to compare each goal and see who wins. For 5, I'm going to go with his absolutely unnecessary top bins goal against PSG. He nutmegs David Luiz, then Syracuse advancing, and he just slots it into the top corner. The most unnecessary top bins. He could have scored in about 3-4 other different ways. He could have chipped him. He could have placed it down the left, down the right, bottom corner. He puts it in the top stanch. It's an outrageous goal, and it summed up Suarez as well because he was an outrageous player. Number 4. This one makes me sick. His goal against Norwich in 2013. We're talking one of his 4 goals in this game. The goal that I'm thinking of is a goal that came... And I just want to put this into context again. Suarez scored 3 hat-tricks against Norwich in his time in the Premier League. He played them 6 times and scored 12 goals against them. If anyone disagrees that Norwich rolled over for him, I don't know what you're thinking, because this is 12 goals in 6 games, 3 hat-tricks. John Ruddy seems like he was the goalkeeper every time, letting them in. To be fair to Suarez, I think the goals in this game would make an argument for the best ever hat-trick I've ever seen, because 3 goals, he had a free kick. The goal that he scored before that, I don't know what order it came in, but he scored a goal where he kind of flicked it past the defender over his head almost, and then ran round him and volleyed it into the right-hand side of the goal. It was an unbelievable day for Suarez, and every time he played Norwich, you knew he was going to score. But he scored 4 in this game. The goal that I think was the best out of the lot was the one where it's almost bouncing and he just takes it. You can see it's pure flow state in that moment. He's just going, do you know what, I'm going to hit it. And he's probably not even thinking, and he just rifles it over the top of Ruddy into the net. And I mean, Anfield saw a special performance that day, and fair play to Suarez. That's an outrageous goal. Let's go with number 3, his goal against Newcastle. This is one of Suarez's most iconic goals. The goal came from Jose Enrique playing a long raking ball over the top of Newcastle's backline. Suarez runs in behind and takes the most audacious touch on his chest, kind of on his shoulder almost, and the ball falls at his feet. The composure then to take it past Tim Krul, a little knock to the side, and he basically walks it in. It is one of the most outrageous pieces of skill in the Premier League, and it's an outrageous goal, and I think that's got to be up there. There are some Suarez goals, by the way, that I've seen him score for Ajax. There's a couple for Barca, there's a couple for Uruguay as well, which I haven't included. I do think these are just a little bit more iconic. They have a little bit more on them as well, and possibly a little bit more in terms of the eye. Everyone's seen it, so I didn't want to include goals that maybe nobody's seen or goals in friendlies. So yeah. Number 2. the volley against Arsenal in the Champions League. And we're talking, again, a big game, the Champions League against Arsenal. And the ball comes over and it's almost like he's watching it. And then he adjusts his body to almost scissor kick it into the top corner, leaving David Ospina absolutely in no man's land. He cannot get near it. It's almost off his shin, and it feels a little bit like, you know, when you talk about Wayne Rooney's goal, and it's like, did he really connect with it? It's almost the only way it's going to go in, and he does it. And to hit it with his shin, normally a player doing that, I'd be like, you've got away with one there. Players like Suarez, it wouldn't surprise me if he's almost meant it. That had to be in there because, yeah, again, massive tie, Champions League, and what a goal to put it in the top corner on a scissor kick. It's outrageous. Suarez's best ever goal for me is the goal against Mallorca. And this one, I think, it's probably the most underrated goal I've ever seen in football because almost nobody talks about it. If you mention the Suarez goal against Mallorca, I think people would go, I don't know what you're talking about. This goal is the most audacious goal, I think, on this list. He backheels it, but almost drives it into the ground so it jumps up and goes over the goalkeeper. He chips the goalkeeper with a backheel. This is so unique, and Suarez, I think, deserves way more credit for something like this because if someone else, if Messi scored this, we'd be talking about this every single day for the rest of our lives. It is that good. I think for me, it's the best goal that Suarez has ever scored, and he scored a lot of them. I'm going to really struggle to compare these. Let's start off. Ronaldo's number 5. It's his 40-year-old bicycle kick against Al Khalij. I think if we're comparing that to Suarez's unnecessary top bins, which is the better goal, I'm torn. This is going to be really hard, honestly. I think Ronaldo's goal is better, but I think the context and everything around Suarez's goal is better than the Ronaldo goal. I think you score a goal in the Champions League against PSG compared to in Saudi Arabia. I think, does that tip it Suarez's way? If I'm just judging based off the goal, Ronaldo's is better. I'm going to say Suarez. I'm going to go Suarez. I think Suarez's goal's better. I mean, the nutmeg on David Luiz and then to put it top stanch is outrageous. 1-0 to Suarez. I didn't see this coming, actually. I've not even looked at these and compared them yet. Number 4, for both of them, we had Ronaldo's header against Sampdoria. Hanging in the air for 1.5 seconds, jumping 2.56 metres in 2019 versus Suarez's goal against Norwich. Suarez's goal's better, but I don't know another player on the planet in the history of football that would have scored Ronaldo's header. So can that then take it away? I mean, I've seen players, I've seen Stuart Downing score a goal like that. I've seen Matty Taylor score goals like that. I've never seen that Ronaldo header replicated. Obviously, players score headers, but the way he rises, the height, the hang time, I'm going to give it Ronaldo. And it feels unfair for a Ronaldo header to be better than a Suarez volley from 30, 40 yards. But I think it's just unique to him, so it's got to be him. 1-1. Let's go with number 3. Ronaldo's free kick against Portsmouth versus Suarez's goal, iconic goal against Newcastle. I think the free kick's better, and I think you'll agree with me on that one. I think the goal from Suarez is unique. Again, it is something that is very, very much a unique skill to him to be able to bring that ball down, the composure, the touch. There's a lot of elements going into it. But for Ronaldo to put it into the top right-hand corner and again to change the shape, the ideas of a footballing generation on how to take a free kick, I think Ronaldo's got a win there. He has got a win. What does that make it? So we've got Suarez went 1-0 up, then Ronaldo went 1-1. The free kick makes it 2-1 to Ronaldo. Let's go on to the number 2. Bicycle kick against Juventus in the Champions League for Ronaldo versus the volley in the Champions League against Arsenal for Suarez. I think this is Ronaldo hands down, and I don't think we need to get into much more of a debate about this. It's Ronaldo. Ronaldo 3-1, leaving it to the final one, which is Ronaldo's goal against Porto versus Suarez's back heel against Mallorca. I think Ronaldo's goal against Porto is maybe the best goal I've ever seen in my life. And for that reason, I'm going to go with Ronaldo, which means it's almost a whitewash. Ronaldo 4, Suarez 1. Ronaldo has the top 5 goals title. I think that's fair, right? Let me know if you think I'm being biased. I mean, I know I'm a United fan, but I try to include a bit of balance there. I think Ronaldo wins. If you don't, let me know in the comments if you think there's a better player. And also, let me know in the comments if you think there's a player that could rival Ronaldo's top 5 goals. If you think there's a player out there who has a better top 5 goals than Ronaldo, let me know and I'll do that next. Let's go on to some United and Liverpool talk. Now, this was a week where Man United didn't play, which is really funny because we got knocked out of every competition and Liverpool were playing in the FA Cup and had a comfortable win against Brighton, who knocked us out of the FA Cup. I'm not going to get too bogged down in the details of what's happened with Manchester United, so let's talk about Liverpool a little bit. Very comfortable win, and Salah gets his goal, which is a penalty. Ask yourself the question, Liverpool fans particularly, are you done with Salah? Because he looks almost, and this is not how he looked last season, this is a time span of 6 months, 12 months. He looks wooden right now. He looks like he's a player that's almost verging on, when you see the ex-pros come out. And I know he's not there yet. I know he's still operating on a really high level in terms of the Premier League and the physicality of it. But when you watch him, it does feel a little bit wooden. It does feel a little bit stiff, and he's not beating his man. I think this is something that I think is the reason probably for Salah's dip in form. He's no longer beating his man. I saw Adam Cleary do a great breakdown of this on how many successful take-ons Salah has had this season compared to last season, and the numbers are almost half. And what is that about Salah? Because is it confidence? Is it his technique has changed? Has his sharpness gone? I don't know. But yes, he scored the goal. He scored a penalty. But it feels a bit like this is it's the last hurrah for Salah. And I don't see him being at Liverpool next season. And if he is, I don't see him playing a massive part. I really don't. We're going to move on to some of the fixtures. So next 2 fixtures for Man United and Liverpool. We've got Everton versus Man United, the Monday 8 o'clock kickoff. This is Manchester United's next game. It's to go 6 unbeaten under Carrick. I don't see us winning this game, and I don't think we'll lose, but I don't see us winning. I think Everton have just got the knack of beating us at the moment and getting over the line against us. David Moyes historically has never won, I don't believe, against Manchester United at Old Trafford. He got that win this season, and now we're going to the Hill Dickinson to face them again. I think 1-1. I'm going to go 1-1 on that one. And I think I'm almost being optimistic. I think Man United, look at their team, is way better than Everton. But nighttime game, Scousers are going to be up for it. I think Everton could get something from that game. You got Forest versus Liverpool on Sunday, 2 p.m. This is the first game for Forest under their new manager, Vitor Pereira. Obviously, Forest just sacked their manager, which was nuts. Sean Dyche was probably the only manager that could have kept them up, and now he's gone. I think Liverpool win that game. And I know new manager bounce and all this, but I do think Liverpool can get over the line against Forest. And I feel like Liverpool are in they're a bit of a hot streak. They're in a good moment. They're feeling better. I think the City game was a bit of a killer, but you come out of that feeling like we played well enough to win that game. And I think that gave them the confidence, and obviously the Brighton game. And now I think they'll go on a little bit of a streak. So, yeah, I wouldn't be worrying if I was a Liverpool fan. I said this last week, but you just need to calm down. It's all going to be all right. Hopefully it isn't, but, guys, I really appreciate you joining me. It is one of those episodes where I'm by myself, but we'll be back with plenty more episodes with Brandon, with Vince, with other people. We've got a Break 30 coming up, which is our golf challenge. If you want to subscribe and watch that, we've got a few people coming on for that as well. So, yeah. If you haven't already, make sure you go to my Instagram or my TikTok. You can see all the best bits. It's all the short form content at Alex Goalposts. Nice and simple. If you want to listen to us on the go, it's Goalposts on Spotify and Apple Music. And if you want to make sure that you're always listening to us and you never miss an episode, then hit that notification button right now and like the video. Guys, thank you so much. We'll be back next week, next Monday and next Wednesday, and every Monday and Wednesday for the rest of the season.
20 times the champions of it. And Bono's in and scores for Manchester United. On an Old Trafford hat-trick here, Mo Salah. Oh, yeah!